Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. Times have changed. The way men see relationships, attraction, and confidence has evolved. And let me tell you something, men will absolutely approach older women who carry themselves in a certain way. It's not about age. It's about energy, presence, and attitude. Confidence is key. Own your worth. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. It isn't about arrogance, nor is it about being the loudest in the room. True confidence is quiet, steady, and undeniable. It is a deep, unshakable belief in yourself, in your value, and in what you bring to the table. When a woman walks into a room with confidence, people notice. Men in particular are drawn to this energy because it signals strength, independence, and self-assurance. A woman who owns her worth understands that she is not defined by societal expectations, her past relationships, or even her age. She knows she is valuable simply because she exists. She does not need validation from others to feel good about herself because her self-worth comes from within. When she speaks, she does so with certainty, never seeking permission to take up space or express her opinions. She carries herself with grace, not because she is trying to impress anyone, but because she respects herself enough to do so. Men are naturally drawn to women who radiate this kind of confidence. It's not about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. A confident woman is not afraid to be herself, flaws and all. She doesn't apologize for her standards, her ambitions, or her boundaries. She knows what she wants, and she is not afraid to go after it. This kind of energy is magnetic because it tells the world that she is in control of her own life. A woman who owns her worth does not settle for less than she deserves. She does not entertain relationships that drain her energy or compromise her happiness. She understands that being alone is far better than being with someone who does not appreciate her value. This mindset does not make her difficult or demanding. It makes her someone who respects herself enough to wait for what aligns with her standards. When a man sees that a woman will not accept just anything, he is forced to step up. He knows that if he wants to be in her life, he has to bring something meaningful to the table. Confidence also affects the way a woman carries herself. It's in her posture, her eye contact, and the way she moves through the world. A woman who walks with purpose, who holds her head high, and who speaks with clarity exudes an energy that is impossible to ignore. She doesn't shrink herself to make others comfortable. She doesn't downplay her achievements to avoid intimidation. Instead, she stands tall in her truth, knowing that she has worked hard to become the person she is today. Another key aspect of confidence is self-love. A woman who truly loves herself does not allow negativity or doubt to consume her. She embraces her strengths, acknowledges her weaknesses, and continues to grow. She takes care of herself physically, mentally, and emotionally. This does not mean she is perfect, but it does mean that she prioritizes her well-being. She understands that how she treats herself sets the standard for how others will treat her. Confidence is also about having the courage to walk away from anything that does not serve you. It means trusting yourself enough to make decisions that align with your values, even when they are difficult. A confident woman does not cling to relationships out of fear of being alone. She does not accept mistreatment because she believes she cannot do better. She knows her worth, and because of that, she refuses to settle for anything less than what she deserves. When a woman owns her worth, she does not chase, she attracts. She doesn't beg for love or attention because she knows that the right person will recognize her value without her having to prove it. She understands that she is a prize, and anyone who wants to be in her life must earn that privilege. This level of self-assurance is rare, and men notice it immediately. They respect it, admire it, and, more often than not, want to be a part of it. Owning your worth is about embracing who you are, standing firm in your beliefs, and never compromising your standards for the sake of approval. It is about understanding that your value does not decrease because someone fails to see it. A woman who truly knows her worth walks with a confidence that is undeniable, and that is what makes her irresistible. A positive, vibrant energy is attractive. Self-care is about feeling good, not just looking good. Energy is one of the most powerful forces when it comes to attraction. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate positivity, enthusiasm, and joy. A woman who carries herself with a vibrant, uplifting spirit stands out in any room. She doesn't have to try too hard or put on an act. Her presence alone is enough to make others take notice. She embraces life with a sense of excitement, seeing every new experience as an opportunity for growth and happiness. This kind of energy is contagious, and men in particular are drawn to it. They want to be around someone who makes them feel good, someone who brings light and warmth into their lives. A woman who exudes positive energy does not dwell on past failures or heartbreaks. She understands that life is a journey, and every experience, good or bad, has shaped her into the person she is today. She refuses to carry bitterness or resentment because she knows that holding on to negativity only weighs her down. Instead, she focuses on what she can control, her attitude, her mindset, and her outlook on life. She approaches every day with gratitude, appreciating the beauty in even the smallest moments. This optimism is what makes her stand out. She doesn't complain about what she lacks, she celebrates what she has. A vibrant woman doesn't wait for happiness to come to her, she creates it. She finds joy in her own company, pursues passions that excite her, and surrounds herself with people who uplift her. She is not dependent on external validation to feel good about herself because she knows that true happiness starts from within. This self-assured nature makes her incredibly attractive to men. They see that she is secure in herself, that she does not need them to complete her, but rather she invites them to share in the happiness she has already cultivated. Hand in hand with a positive energy is the importance of self-care. Many people mistake self-care for vanity, but it is so much more than that. It is not just about looking good, it is about feeling good. When a woman takes care of herself, it reflects in every aspect of her life. She nourishes her body with good food, moves it in ways that make her feel strong, and rests when she needs to. She prioritizes her mental health, setting boundaries that protect her peace, and engaging in activities that bring her joy. Self-care is an act of self-respect. A woman who values herself enough to invest in her well-being sends a clear message to the world. She knows she is worth the effort. This does not mean she has to follow strict beauty standards or spend hours on her appearance. It simply means that she takes the time to nurture herself in ways that make her feel confident and at ease. When she looks in the mirror, she sees someone worthy of love, success, and fulfillment, not because of how she looks, but because of how she feels about herself. Men are naturally drawn to a woman who radiates self-love and care. It is not just about physical attraction, it is about the energy she brings. A woman who takes care of herself exudes a quiet confidence. She does not seek approval because she already knows her worth. She walks with purpose, speaks with certainty, and moves through life with an effortless grace. This is what makes her unforgettable. Self-care is also about protecting your peace. A woman who prioritizes her well-being does not entertain negativity, drama, or toxicity. She understands that her energy is valuable and that she cannot afford to waste it on things that do not serve her. She surrounds herself with people who encourage her growth and distance herself from those who drain her. She recognizes that taking care of herself is not selfish, it is necessary. When a woman combines a vibrant, positive energy with intentional self-care, she becomes magnetic. She does not chase love, success, or happiness. She attracts them. Men notice when a woman carries herself with a sense of joy and fulfillment. They see that she is not waiting for someone to bring her happiness. She is already living it. And that, above all else, makes her truly irresistible. Let past experiences refine you, not define you. Set high standards. Don't lower them for anyone. True attraction isn't about age, it's about presence. Life is full of experiences, some uplifting, some challenging, and some that leave lasting scars. But a woman who understands her worth knows that her past does not define her, it refines her. Every heartbreak, every setback, and every mistake has shaped her into the strong, resilient person she is today. She does not let past pain make her bitter. Instead, she uses it as fuel to grow, to learn, and to become even more confident in herself. She refuses to carry emotional baggage that weighs her down. Instead, she acknowledges her experiences, takes the lessons they have taught her, and moves forward with grace. This mindset makes her incredibly attractive because men admire a woman who can rise above challenges rather than be consumed by them. A woman who refuses to be a victim of her past is a woman who commands respect. She understands that love, trust, and happiness are not things she has lost forever just because she has faced disappointment before. She knows that just because one relationship didn't work out doesn't mean she is unworthy of love. Instead of allowing past pain to make her afraid of vulnerability, she uses it to strengthen her ability to set healthy boundaries. She does not hold on to resentment or distrust all men because of one who hurt her. Instead, she refines her understanding of what she deserves and chooses to move forward with wisdom. This level of emotional maturity is rare, and men notice it instantly. They see that she is not looking for someone to heal her wounds. She has already done that for herself. She is looking for a partner who complements her, not one who completes her. Setting high standards is a natural extension of this mindset. A woman who knows her worth does not settle for less than she deserves. She does not allow fear, loneliness, or societal pressure to push her into accepting a relationship that does not align with her values. She understands that it is better to be alone than to be in a situation where she is not respected, valued, or cherished. And because she refuses to settle, the men who approach her know that they must come with intention, effort, and respect. She does not tolerate games, dishonesty, or inconsistency. She makes it clear what she expects, and she does not compromise on the things that matter most to her. Men are naturally drawn to a woman with high standards because they see that she respects herself enough to demand the best. She is not someone who will beg for attention, chase after someone who is unsure about her, or tolerate being treated as an afterthought. She knows that she brings value to a relationship, and any man who wants to be a part of her life must recognize that. She does not lower her standards just to keep someone around because she understands that the right person will meet her at her level. When a woman operates with this level of confidence and self-respect, she commands admiration. Attraction is not about age. It is about presence. A woman who owns her space, carries herself with confidence, and exudes positive energy will always draw attention. She does not try to fit into a mold or chase after youth. Instead, she embraces exactly who she is, and that authenticity is what makes her stand out. A woman's presence is felt in the way she speaks, the way she moves, and the way she engages with the world around her. Men do not gravitate toward women because of a number. They are drawn to the energy she carries. A woman who understands this does not waste time worrying about wrinkles or comparing herself to younger women. She knows that beauty is not about looking a certain way, it is about feeling a certain way. It is about the confidence she radiates, the joy she brings into a room, and the way she makes others feel when they are around her. She is comfortable in her own skin, and that ease is what makes her truly irresistible. When a woman steps into her power and embraces her presence, men take notice, not because of her age, but because of the undeniable energy she carries. Confidence is key. Own your worth. A positive, vibrant energy is attractive. Self-care is about feeling good, not just looking good. Let past experiences refine you, not define you. Confidence is the foundation of attraction. A woman who knows her worth doesn't need to seek validation from anyone because she already carries that sense of self-assurance within her. She understands that her value is not determined by anyone else's opinion, but by how she views herself. She doesn't walk into a room wondering if people will like her. She walks in knowing that she is enough just as she is. Men are drawn to this kind of energy because confidence exudes strength, independence, and self-respect. A confident woman does not beg for attention or approval. She carries herself with an unshakable belief in her value, and that presence alone makes her magnetic. A woman with confidence also knows that attraction is not about looking a certain way, but about the energy she brings. A vibrant, positive energy is irresistible because it uplifts and inspires. People want to be around those who make them feel good, and men are no exception. A woman who radiates positivity does not dwell on negativity, complain constantly, or let past disappointments define her. She sees life as an adventure filled with opportunities for growth and happiness. When she speaks, she does so with excitement and joy. She laughs easily, appreciates the little things, and brings warmth into any space she enters. This kind of energy is contagious, and it naturally draws people in. What makes this energy even more powerful is that it comes from a place of self-care and self-love. Taking care of yourself is not just about looking good for others. It is about feeling good for yourself. A woman who prioritizes her well-being both physically and emotionally exudes a glow that cannot be faked. She makes time for herself, whether through exercise, healthy eating, meditation, or simply doing things that bring her joy. She understands that self-care is not selfish, it is necessary. When a woman loves herself deeply, it shows in the way she carries herself, the way she speaks, and the way she treats others. This kind of self-care builds a level of confidence that makes her stand out. Part of that self-care is also knowing how to handle life's challenges. Every woman has faced struggles, heartbreak, and disappointment, but the key is not letting those experiences define who she is. A woman who learns from her past rather than being weighed down by it becomes stronger, wiser, and even more attractive. She doesn't allow old wounds to make her bitter. Instead, she uses them to grow. She understands that every setback was a lesson, and instead of holding on to resentment, she embraces those lessons with gratitude. Men respect and admire a woman who has overcome challenges with grace and resilience. She is not someone who dwells in the past, constantly reliving old pain. Instead, she moves forward with wisdom and a newfound sense of self. She refuses to let heartbreak make her insecure or doubtful about her worth. Instead, she lets those experiences refine her, teaching her what she truly deserves. This level of emotional strength is incredibly attractive because it shows that she is not looking for someone to fix her. She has already done that for herself. She is looking for a partner who will complement her, not complete her. When a woman combines confidence, positive energy, self-care, and resilience, she becomes a force to be reckoned with. She is not chasing after love or approval because she knows that the right person will recognize her value without her having to prove it. She sets the standard for how she wants to be treated, and she never lowers it just to keep someone around. She does not seek validation from a man because she validates herself every single day. And that is what makes her truly unforgettable. Confidence is key. Own your worth. A positive, vibrant energy is attractive. Self-care is about feeling good, not just looking good. Let past experiences refine you, not define you. Set high standards. Don't lower them for anyone. A woman who truly owns her worth is one who moves through life with confidence, self-assurance, and an undeniable presence. She does not look to others for validation because she has already given that to herself. She stands firm in her values, her beliefs, and her goals, never allowing doubt or fear to diminish her sense of self. When she walks into a room, people notice, not just because of how she looks, but because of how she carries herself. Men are drawn to women who radiate confidence because it signals strength, independence, and an inner glow that cannot be ignored. A woman who owns her worth is not afraid to take up space, share her thoughts, or make bold decisions. She knows she is valuable, and because of that, she commands respect wherever she goes. That confidence is amplified when it is paired with positive, vibrant energy. A woman who is full of life, who embraces every moment with joy and excitement, is naturally magnetic. People are drawn to those who uplift and inspire, and men in particular are captivated by a woman who makes them feel good simply by being in her presence. She does not dwell on negativity, complain about things beyond her control, or carry resentment from past experiences. Instead, she chooses to see the good in life, appreciating each day as an opportunity to grow, to love, and to enjoy the journey. Her energy is contagious, and it makes people want to be around her. She understands that attraction is not just about appearance. It is about the energy she brings into a space, the way she makes others feel, and the confidence with which she moves through life. What makes this energy even more powerful is the foundation of self-care. A woman who prioritizes herself, her physical, emotional, and mental well-being, radiates an effortless glow. She does not take care of herself to please others. She does it because she respects and loves herself enough to invest in her happiness. She moves her body because it makes her feel strong, eats well because it fuels her energy, and takes time to rest because she understands her worth is not tied to constant productivity. She creates a life that feels good, not just one that looks good from the outside. This kind of self-care is deeply attractive because it sends a message. She values herself, and because of that, others should too. Part of valuing herself means refusing to be defined by her past. Every woman has experienced heartbreak, failure, or disappointment, but the difference lies in how she chooses to move forward. A woman who lets her past refine her instead of define her becomes wiser, stronger, and more resilient. She does not carry bitterness from past relationships or allow old wounds to shape her future. Instead, she learns from those experiences, takes the lessons with her, and steps into her next chapter with even more clarity and self-respect. Men admire a woman who has faced challenges with grace and come out even better on the other side. They are drawn to her emotional strength, her ability to rise above setbacks, and her refusal to let the past dictate her worth. And because she knows her worth, she sets high standards. A woman who respects herself does not settle for less than she deserves. She does not entertain inconsistency, dishonesty, or half-hearted effort. She knows that true love, respect, and commitment require effort, and she refuses to accept anything less. Some may call her standards too high, but she understands that the right man will rise to meet them. She does not beg for attention, chase after someone who is unsure about her, or tolerate being treated as an option. She is clear about what she expects in a relationship, and she stands firm in those expectations. When a woman embodies all of these qualities, confidence, positive energy, self-care, resilience, and high standards, she becomes truly magnetic. She does not chase love, she attracts it. She does not lower herself to fit into someone else's world. She builds her own and welcomes the right person into it. She sets the tone for how she wants to be treated, and because of that, she commands a level of respect and admiration that is rare. Men notice a woman who carries herself this way, and they are drawn to her not because of her age, but because of the undeniable power she exudes. Confidence is key. Own your worth. A positive, vibrant energy is attractive. Self-care is about feeling good, not just looking good. Let past experiences refine you, not define you. Set high standards. Don't lower them for anyone. True attraction isn't about age, it's about presence. A woman who truly owns her worth does not seek validation from others because she already carries a deep understanding of her value. She knows she is enough just as she is, and that confidence shines through in every aspect of her life. She does not feel the need to prove herself to anyone, nor does she chase after attention. Instead, she carries herself with a quiet assurance, understanding that she is in control of her happiness. Men are drawn to women who possess this kind of self-assuredness because it signals strength, independence, and emotional stability. A confident woman walks into a room with her head held high, fully embracing her power, and that is something that naturally attracts admiration and respect. That confidence is amplified by the energy she brings. A woman with a positive and vibrant presence is like a light in any room she enters. She doesn't dwell on negativity or allow past disappointments to steal her joy. Instead, she embraces life with enthusiasm and excitement, making the most of every moment. She finds joy in small things, engages in meaningful conversations, and spreads warmth wherever she goes. This kind of energy is magnetic because people want to be around someone who makes them feel good. Men, in particular, are drawn to women who exude positivity because it creates an inviting and uplifting atmosphere. A woman with a lively and engaging spirit doesn't have to try too hard to be noticed. Her energy alone is enough to captivate those around her. That kind of radiance is deeply connected to self-care. A woman who prioritizes her well-being physically, emotionally, and mentally sends a powerful message that she values herself. She takes care of her body, not for anyone else, but because she wants to feel her best. She nurtures her mind, surrounds herself with positive influences, and maintains a lifestyle that brings her peace and joy. Self-care is not just about physical appearance. It is about the way a woman treats herself, the way she sets boundaries, and the way she ensures she is always operating from a place of self-love. A woman who takes care of herself carries an effortless glow, a sense of ease and comfort in her own skin, which makes her incredibly attractive. Part of this self-care is also understanding that the past does not define her, it refines her. Every woman has experienced setbacks, heartbreaks, and disappointments, but what sets a truly attractive woman apart is how she rises from those challenges. Instead of letting past pain dictate her future, she chooses to learn from it. She does not carry bitterness or resentment. Instead, she transforms her experiences into wisdom. She understands that each challenge has shaped her into the person she is today, and she embraces her journey without regret. Men admire a woman who has overcome obstacles with grace and resilience. They see her as someone who is not looking for someone to complete her, but rather as someone who has already built a fulfilling life and is simply open to sharing it with the right person. Because she knows her worth, she sets high standards. She does not settle for anything less than she deserves, nor does she compromise her values for the sake of a relationship. She understands that love should enhance her life, not diminish her sense of self. Some may say she is too picky, but she knows that her standards are simply a reflection of her self-respect. She does not tolerate inconsistency, dishonesty, or anything that makes her feel unappreciated. Men recognize this and respect it because they see that she is not desperate for attention. She is selective about who she allows into her life. This level of confidence and self-assurance is incredibly attractive because it challenges men to rise to her level. A woman who sets high standards commands admiration because she demonstrates that she knows her value and will not accept anything less than what she truly deserves. At the core of it all, true attraction is not about age, it is about presence. A woman who embraces who she is without trying to fit into society's expectations is incredibly appealing. She does not chase youth or worry about getting older because she understands that real beauty is found in how she carries herself. Men are not drawn to a woman simply because of her age. They are drawn to the way she makes them feel, the confidence she exudes, and the energy she brings into a relationship. A woman with presence walks into a room and owns it, not because she demands attention, but because she naturally attracts it. She is comfortable in her own skin, speaks with certainty, and moves through life with purpose. When a woman embodies confidence, positivity, self-care, resilience, high standards, and a strong presence, she becomes truly magnetic. She does not chase love or seek approval. She attracts the right energy into her life simply by being who she is. Men recognize and appreciate a woman who has stepped into her power, and they are drawn to her not because of a number, but because of the undeniable force of her presence.